Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today in my 200 prompt drawing book, the theme is Pac-Man video game. So I decided to do the background game board in the back and put a big Pac-Man in the front, and he's holding some cherries, which are my favorite fruit, but also they're in the game, so I thought it would be cute if he was holding those, and he's just stomping on some little ghosties down at the bottom. I tried to design it to look a little bit like a poster. So in the video, I'm just going to be lining the artwork, and I'm going to be talking about some Pac-Man game facts. So back in 2020, The Guardian wrote an article by Keith Stewart, and he shared about 40 facts with us. So I was just going to share those with you and just read from the article. So in 1980, Pac-Man was created by game designer Toru Iwatani. He was only 24 at the time, and the idea for the character came from him when he removed a slice from a pizza. He was also partly inspired by the phrase paku paku, meaning chomp chomp, and the kanji symbol for the word taberu, meaning to eat. In 2010, Iwatani told The Wire that Pac-Man was particularly targeted to female players. He said, when you think about women, they think about like fashion or fortune telling, food, and dating boyfriends. So he decided to make the game theme around eating. To make the game more kawaii, Iwatani designed the ghosts in bright colors and gave them large doe eyes. And honestly, I think the ghosts are the cutest characters in the game. They're so stinking cute. The ghosts are called Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde, and they each have their own personalities based on AI routines. Blinky constantly chases Pac-Man. Pinky attempts to ambush him. Inky is randomized depending on Pac-Man's position. And Clyde will get close to the player, then attempt to flee to the bottom left corner, potentially cutting off any escape routes. The idea of eating a power pill to give Pac-Man super strength came partly from the cartoon Popeye and his love of spinach, and partly from the Japanese concept of kokoro, spirit or life force. It's considered one of the first examples of a power-up in video game history. Pac-Man manufacturer Namco installed the first machine in a movie theater in Tokyo on May 22, 1980. The game was only a moderate success until its blockbusting US launch the following October. It was originally called Puck-Man, but US distributor Midway was worried that the word puck would easily be modified by mischievous vandals into something ruder, hence Pac-Man. And I can only imagine what one letter would be changed in the word puck to make it so rude. The game features short animated sequences between the levels showing Pac-Man being chased by the ghosts. This was one of the first examples of a non-interactive video game cutscene. Martin Amis was a fan of the game in his 1982 book, Invasion of the Space Invaders, claiming to have spent weeks in a Pac-Man-fed stupor, unwilling and unable to think of anything else. Within a year of Pac-Man's launch, 100,000 units had been sold and 250 million games were being played every week. Pac-Man became gaming's first marketable mascot with licensed merchandise including lunchboxes, joke books, t-shirts, board games, pajamas, and for the romantic gamer, Valentine cards. A strategy guide to the game, Mastering Pac-Man by professional blackjack player Ken Houston, sold more than 1 million copies. With its simplified maze and blocky visuals, the Atari 2600 version of Pac-Man is widely considered one of the worst arcade-to-home console conversions of all time. Although it sold 7 million copies, the game was so wretched It has been widely blamed for the 1983 video game crash, alongside the similarly poor title, E.T. And fun fact, I hate E.T. I hate the movie. I hate that stupid alien. I can't stand the way he looks. He creeps me the heck out. So yeah, like a beloved classic movie for some, hated film for me. Japanese toy manufacturer Tommy made a famously beautiful handheld Pac-Man game in the shape of an enormous yellow blob with an LCD display. This advert for the device is quite a rush. The tribute song Pac-Man Fever by artists Jerry Buckner and Gary Garcia reached number 9 in the US charts in March of 1982. An album of video game inspired songs followed. It was not good. The game's distinctive electronic music and sound effects were also an inspiration to early hip-hop pioneers. Notable examples include Johnson's Crew Pac Jam and Nucleus's Jam on Revenge, the Wiki Wiki song. The game gave us Marcus Brigstocke joke. If Pac-Man had affected us as kids, we'd all be running around in dark rooms, munching pills, and listening to repetitive electronic music. In 1981, Japanese manufacturer Shu released a terrible erotic version of Pac-Man called Street Game. It was later heavily featured in the movie Joysticks, which belonged to the 1980s teen sex comedy genre popularized by Porky's. Please do not watch that movie trailer. The movie also featured preview footage of Super Pac-Man, Namco's official sequel to the video game. In 1982 episode of the sitcom Taxi, Louie, played by Danny DeVito, installs a Pac-Man cabinet in the garage of Jim, played by Christopher Lloyd, who becomes addicted to the game. The scene is effectively a how-to guide and an advert for Pac-Man rolled into one. Pac-Man was a major element in the appalling Adam Sandler comedy Pixels, with Toru Iwatani getting a cameo as an arcade repairman. But let's just forget about that, shall we? Excuse me, guy. Who wrote this? What's your name again? Keith Stewart? Pixels is a great movie. Oh my gosh. I love that movie, and I love Adam Sandler, so you can just get bent. In 1999, Billy Mitchell became the first person to obtain a perfect Pac-Man score of 3,333,360, eating every dot, power pill, ghost, and bonus on every level without losing a single life. However, Mitchell was later accused of cheating by video game record supervisor Twin Galaxies. The record was equaled by David Race in 2012. It is impossible to score higher than that because of a bug in the game that turns the screen into gibberish on the 256th screen. The success of Pac-Man inspired U.S. distributor Bally Midway to create a series of mostly identical sequels: Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Man Plus, Junior Pac-Man, Baby Pac-Man, which added a mini pinball table under the monitor, and Professor Pac-Man. Professor Pac-Man was a quiz game depicting Pac-Man in a mortarboard and glasses. It was not a success. In 1982, Hanna-Barbera produced a Pac-Man cartoon series. It features Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man, and their child Pac-Baby, and their cat Sourpuss, as they attempt to elude the evil Mesmeron, who is obsessed with the power pills. The intro sequence is a work of hallucinogenic brilliance. In his book Trigger Happy, writer Stephen Pohl suggests Pac-Man was a precursor to survivor horror games such as Resident Evil and Silent Hill. due to its confined maze-like map, supernatural enemies, and an emphasis on evasion. In corporate parlance, the Pac-Man defense is a strategy in which a company targeted for a hostile takeover attempts to turn the tables and purchase the acquirer. Wow, I don't know what any of that meant. Miss Pac-Man is widely considered a better game than Pac-Man due to the more varied maze designs and improved ghost AI. However, it is most remembered for the image on the side of the game cabinet, which depicts Miss Pac-Man in high heels, red lipstick, and fluttering eyelashes, making her the decade's most bizarre and confusing sex symbol. And bearing in mind, we're talking about the 80s, and that's really saying something. Okay, for one, Miss Pac-Man. When she's not even wearing high heels, she's wearing thigh-high boots for starters. And yes, she is quite mesmerizing to look at. In the Friends episode, the one where Joey dates Rachel, Phoebe gives Chandler and Monica a pristine Mrs. Pac-Man cabinet as a late wedding present. A generous gift, as it would have cost about $2,500. Wow. Namco has regularly attempted to update and expand the Pac-Man concept. Sometimes this has worked, such as scrolling platformers like Pac-Land and A Pac in Time, and in the isometrically viewed Pac-Mania. However, sometimes it hasn't worked, such as games like Pac-Man Fever and the mystifying off-road driving sim Pac-Man World Rally. Pac-Man has also appeared as a playable guest character in many other games, including Everybody's Golf, Mario Kart Arcade GP, the Street Fighter X Tekken. He also stars as the world's cutest racing car in the Ridge Racer Type 4. Swiss tech company ClearSpace is developing a satellite capable of orbiting Earth and gobbling up space junk. The project leader nicknamed it the Pac-Man system. In 2004, New York University students created a real-world version of Pac-Man entitled Pac-Manhattan, in which a player dressed as Pac-Man had to run around the city avoiding students dressed as ghosts. The game used mobile phone GPS signals to track their positions. That is funny. That is really cute. The French street artist Invader has created several mosaic works featuring Pac-Man's character and the ghosts, notably in Paris and Bilbao. For his spring/summer 2009 collection, fashion designer Giles Deacon dressed the models in gigantic Pac-Man helmets and had dots painted along the runway. In 2012, Pac-Man was one of the 14 video games brought into the collection of MoMA in New York and displayed in its architecture and design gallery. And the last fact is that Toru Iwatani returned to Pac-Man in 2007, co-designing the brilliant Xbox title Pac-Man Championship Edition, which adds a time limit and an endlessly transforming maze layout. It was a fitting end to his Pac-Man Odyssey. Wow, those are some really amazing facts about the game and some delicious history too. What is some of your favorite memories playing Pac-Man growing up? Which one of these fun Pac-Man facts resonated with you the most? Did you know all of these, or are these all brand new to you? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to geek out with you over Pac-Man, and we can just nerd out together. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my drawing video, and I will catch you on the next one. See ya!